Welcome to UNA, the show where you, the viewers, get to send in your questions for one of your favorite artists to answer. I'm your host, Claire Galterio, and with me today is Taylor Momsen of The Pretty Reckless. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. All right, if you guys at home want to send in your questions for any of your favorite artists, all you do is follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook and use the hashtag UNA. Now, Taylor, usually in the beginning of the show, I welcome people to New York, but you're technically kind of from here. I mean, you grew up in St. Louis, but when did you actually move to New York?
I kind of grew up in New York. I was here a lot for auditions and stuff, so I would live here in the summers. But so I consider myself from New York, but I officially moved when I was, I think, 11 or 12.
So you're a New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorker.
You're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome home. Welcome home.
Thank
How's
you.
that? That's a little better.
It's good.
So you've been doing acting, singing, even dancing, I was told, which is pretty great, since you were like an infant.
Yeah, I started modeling when I was 2.5 and started acting at 3 and started writing songs when I could write.
There you go. Well, so when did music kind of come into play for you?
Oh, since the day I was born. I mean, it was just constantly cranking through my house the Beatles and Zeppelin and The Who, and it was embedded in my blood at a very young age.
So music was always something you wanted to do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
120%. Did you ever have any other side band projects before you formed The Pretty Reckless?
Well, I started as a singer-songwriter, so it wasn't a band, it was just me. And in this industry, it's difficult to find the right partners to work with. And when I met Ben and Kato, who produced our record, and that's how I met Mark and Jamie through them, it just clicked and it worked, and that's a very lucky thing to find. So then I was finally ready to actually, I had written a record's worth of material that I wanted people to hear for the first time. So I had been working in recording studios long before that, but and writing and
But this was something that was like, this is what I wanted to do, this is my sound, this is me.
Yeah, it clicked and it worked, and I wrote enough songs that I actually wanted people to hear, because you write a lot of bad ones before you...
You have to get through the bad ones a little bit,
I'm
right?
not releasing the songs I wrote when I was 5, so how about that?
Well, actually, little fact, didn't like Heidi Montag sing one of your songs you wrote when you were like 9?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like 8 or 9 or something, but...
That says a little something.
I don't know. I don't even know how that happened. Someone emailed it to me, and I was like, that's my song. Okay, that's interesting.
I wrote this in 3rd grade.
That happened,
yeah.
But all right.
So let's talk about Light Me Up, which was your debut album. How cool was that for you to actually put out an album that, you know what, it was all your songs, the way you wanted to do it, the right way?
It was great. I mean, to finally have created a piece of work that I wanted to put out into the world is a very good feeling. And then, of course, once you actually put it out into the world, it's a very empty feeling, because you slave over something and it's like your child for years, and then once you put it out, it's like, okay, now I'm left with...
You're like, oh, crap.
Now how do I fill this void? And the answer is to just keep doing it.
To keep writing over and over. And what, so you mentioned before that you write your song, excuse me, you mentioned before that you are with, Ben Phillips, and you and him write all the songs together, right? And then you have Kato, which, for people at home who don't know who that guy is.
He produced our records.
Yeah, he produced our records. And, I mean, Blondie, Paramore, I mean, his list goes on and on. Like, what a cool... combo. But how did you guys mesh so well? You were so young when you guys started working together, 16, 17, right?
14, but yeah.
14, which is even more crazy to me, that you could relate to these guys that were a lot older than you and on such a a great level. How did that come about?
I mean, all my friends have always been older. I think growing up in this industry, they always are older people around. So that was never an issue. I don't look at age like that at all. But I met Kato through, I was trying to find the right producers and the right people to work with, and Kato's name came up, and we met and hit it off immediately. We liked the same bands. That was the start.
Yeah. Check, something in common.
Hey, both Soundgarden fans, awesome. So that started it, and then through him I met Ben, and we started writing together, and it just really clicked.
And there you go.
There
the rest is history. Okay, let's roll a clip from your debut single, which was You Make Me Want to Die. Let's pull it up. Of course, when people hear, The Pretty Reckless, it doesn't sound like the Beatles. So
the Beatles did everything, and they did everything, I mean, better than everyone. So I grew up on the Beatles. It was like the first band I heard, and when I heard Strawberry Fields, it changed my life. Mm-hmm. That was a defining moment where I went, oh my God, I want to write songs, and I want to play in a band and do that for the rest of my life, because and you never, I don't think you can ever beat the Beatles, but you can.
Yeah, it's really not possible.
I don't think it's possible, but you can, attempt to.
You can try.
You can attempt to take where they finished and try to create something new.
Who do you look up to musically in kind of like the rock genre?
There's, I mean, so many, from The Who to AC/DC to Nirvana to Soundgarden to Pearl Jam to
and you're a fan of White Stripes, right? Weren't they one of the people that
White
sort of
Stripes,
influenced you?
They were the first like proper rock show I saw, and I was blown away by how loud it was with just 2 people on stage. So that was a very impactful moment in my life, I guess, where I went, oh, this is awesome.
This is cool.
Oh, sorry. Screw this acoustic guitar, let's plug in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I like that you've said in the past is that, you know, there was a girl on stage. Like there, you know? And
yeah,
that was something that it didn't have to be an all-guy band, rock band, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought, I never really thought of, I don't look at age like a thing, I don't look at gender like a thing. I think either you make good music or you don't, and you know, I don't think it really matters if you're a guy or a girl.
You just do what you gotta do. You gotta play your music. All right, let's kick it over to the fans right now. We have a video question from Monica, so take a look over here. Monica, what do you have to say? Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm from Jersey, and my question is, what is the hardest part of being a front woman?
Well, we know that man or woman doesn't really matter.
I didn't know there was going to be a video.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, video.
I got to actually see
here.
who I'm talking to. Hardest part is being the one who has to do all the interviews.
I was going to say, you could have brought them here. We've got room. They could have been here.
I know, but they're lazy. Because they just get to go up, I mean, Jamie just gets to go up on stage and hit things.
Yeah, whatever, Jamie. We'll remember that next time. Thanks a lot. So you kind of have to be in control doing the media stuff.
You end up having to do a lot more than just play,
right.
Which playing's the fun part, so, you know.
The rest of it comes with the territory.
The rest of it comes with the territory.
Okay, we have another question. This one comes from social media. Mary from Twitter asks, where do you think you have the craziest fans?
Where?
Yeah, I mean, you've toured all over the world for a long time, so.
Yeah, they're all pretty crazy. Overseas tends to be even more nuts than in America. I mean, when we played South America and Brazil and stuff, it was nuts. Like 2 fans jumped on stage and completely got head to toe naked. I mean, like naked. And the police were called and they got escorted off stage.
This is while you're performing and singing. So what do you do? What do you do when someone comes up and is like, woo?
You roll with it.
You just keep going.
It's rock and roll. It's live. You never know what to expect. And I think that's what makes the shows interesting is, you know, there's no tracks, there's no, even the set list is like you can switch it whenever you want and, you know, play around with it. And, you know, that's what makes it entertaining, I guess.
That's so funny that you say that people from, like, overseas are more crazy because anybody that I've had come on this show that's from, like, the UK, they say that the Americans are the ones that are, like, totally out of their minds.
Oh, see, I guess it's maybe where you're from versus then you go somewhere else, they're not used to seeing you or something. I don't know, but no, South America was insane. France is always crazy. England's always nuts.
I'll make sure I'm in shape when I go to your concerts in case I have to, like, strip nude. Okay, Bad Girl from Twitter asks, what do you do mostly on the tour bus?
Play guitar, watch South Park, watch AC/DC DVDs, Zeppelin DVDs, hang, sleep, eat, drink.
What's your favorite thing to eat on the road?
I'm a snacker. I'm not really a meal person, so my favorite is I have pretzels and string cheese and then tons of cans. Tons of cans of soup.
Girl to my own heart.
Carrots and sriracha sauce.
That's always good, too.
It's good.
There's by the way, there's like a huge epidemic with sriracha. There isn't enough, apparently, in the world, so you better stock up.
I know, I gotta get
while
on
I'm
it.
giving her food tips, we gotta take a break. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're gonna be talking more about their new album and play some fun games, so don't move.
Who cares about some jolly fat guy's list? This month, Music Choice has the only list that matters, the MC 100, our epic countdown of the 100 best songs of 2013. We don't care if you've been naughty, nice, or in between this year. You can unwrap the MC 100 every Tuesday and Sunday from 6 p.m. to midnight on the Hit List channel. Music Choice. Take back your music. It's the end of the year, and that can only mean one thing. No, not a new pair of knit socks from Grandma. The MC 100's Top 25. Music Choice's epic countdown of the best music videos of 2013.
From the bottom, now we're here. As long as I got my suit and tie. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Where do did your favorite artist land? Go to Music Choice On Demand and select the MC 100 Top 25 category. Available now. Music Choice. Take back your music.
Welcome back to UNAM Music Choice. I'm Claire, still hanging out with Taylor Momsen of The Pretty Reckless. And before we get into the rest of the show, I gotta just update you guys. The sriracha epidemic is completely over, and we're okay, right?
We're all good.
That's what someone just told us.
Yes,
so
we're all good.
Don't worry, you don't have to go out and buy all of it, because it's not going anywhere. Okay, so we have a segment here on Mondays, because it's Monday, called FU Monday.
Okay.
And there's my lovely sound effects that I love so much.
Fantastic.
Where basically you just get to kind of gripe about something. You know, it's Monday. It doesn't have to be about Monday, but something that kind of irritates you. So I'll go first. My gripe of today is I can't stand when girls wear leggings and their shirts don't cover their
the
female
top.
parts. Like, they're not pants. There's no zipper. There's no pockets. Like, come on. I just want to go up to strangers and be like, pull their shirt down. It looks ridiculous.
Wear it as a
that's-
dress.
Yeah, like, come on. So that's my FU Monday. You have one?
I don't know what day of the week it is until right now.
Perfect.
I don't like to work on Mondays because everyone else does.
Well, there you go.
So I work all weekend and then I like to take Mondays off unless we're playing a show. and
Yeah.
then-
So you're like,
But that's
I'm
not
gonna
really
F
working.
Monday so bad that I'm not even gonna
But
do anything.
I'm not gonna do Monday.
Good. I like that. That's a good FU Monday. All right. Okay. So we were talking about earlier how you've been, in this industry since you were like 2 years old, which is kind of crazy. Do people ever recognize you for being Cindy Lou Who ever anymore?
No.
Or do they like realize after the fact when they're like Googling your name?
It's the Google thing. Actually, funny. We were at radio yesterday, and we were riding down the elevator, and it was a family with kids, and Ben, like, the guy that he is, goes, "Oh, you know the Grinch? Oh, Cindy Lou, right here." And I'm sitting there, and we're stuck in this elevator from like the top floor, and it's this
God.
long ride, and all the kids are sitting there going, and
Like, can you sing
the
Merry
mom freaked
Christmas?
out. Yeah, I'm sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that."
Well, at least they didn't make you like put your hair up or do anything kind of crazy.
Yeah, and that was a heavy wig.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I can't even imagine.
But I was only 5, so I don't really, I get asked about it, and I don't really remember much.
Well, Christmas is coming up. Do you actually watch The Grinch when it's around time?
It's not a thing I put on, but if
Right.
if
If
I'm
it's
flipping
on,
channels, I'll look
yeah.
at it for a second and then go, "That's too weird," and then
Hey, that was me when I was little.
and then I go back to Bad Santa, which is an awesome Christmas
That is
movie.
such a good one. I love Bad Santa. It's such a good movie. Okay, so we're gonna play a little game called How Normal Are You? Because you've been in this industry for so long. I love the sound
Guys,
effects. I feel like
who's
the Wizard of
cueing
Oz.
those?
I don't know. It's in these beautiful fingers I have here. Okay, so I'm gonna say basically ask you a question of when was the last time you did something that we all think is pretty normal, but might not be that normal for you.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let me get my question. When was the last time you were in a real classroom?
When we recorded Heaven Knows, the song, because we recorded kids in their actual classroom.
Well, we're going to talk about it later, but I thought that was so cool that you guys did that. Like, it was almost eerie. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. Okay, next question. When was the last party you planned?
Party I planned.
Yeah, that you were like, all right, I'm going to throw so-and-so a birthday party. Me, Allie, we're all going to hang out.
I don't think we plan parties. I think it's more like, it's someone's birthday, let's go to a bar.
Yeah. Like, it's more like on the spot.
It's on the spot,
Right.
like, let's go out.
Right. Okay, so when was the last time you did your own laundry?
Actually, like 2 days ago.
Do you do laundry on the bus? Like, is there like a washer and dryer?
No.
I was wondering about that.
No, that's why I always say I wear what's clean that day. You have to find. You go
On
to
the floor,
hopefully,
something.
sometimes you play in little divey bar clubs, and then sometimes you play in nicer places. And it's the first question is, do they have laundry here?
Yeah.
Because you're constantly trying to.
I mean, if you're a New Yorker,
Keep it,
sometimes
yes.
you don't have laundry in your building. You got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out. Okay, when was
those
the last
quarters.
time? Yeah. Well, nowadays they have like electrical things. That's how you know the world's like really coming to an end. You don't even need quarters anymore.
Oh, God.
You have like a
I'm-
card.
I'm
It's
so out
crazy.
of touch. It's
You
ridiculous.
are. You're so out of touch. Okay, don't worry. We'll keep you looped in. All right. When was the last time you went shopping without being recognized?
I don't
Can't remember.
I don't
people
know.
Do people constantly come up to you?
Well, they either come up to you or they do the gasp, run away, and then as soon as they can't see you anymore, they think that I can't hear them. So they do the, oh my God, and the
Did you ever
right
go,
behind you.
I can hear you,
Yes,
kind of thing?
yes.
You have to. How do you not,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, I'm right here, but that's cool. Don't worry about it.
You're like,
It's
I
all
can
good.
hear you.
I'm a
It's
person.
fine.
I'm just a person, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some sriracha. What's the big deal?
Just hanging out.
Okay, when was the last time you did your own makeup?
All the time.
You do it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you just like doing your own makeup, or
That and, you don't make a lot of money in music.
Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself.
But yeah, no, it's like painting your face every day.
It's very artistic.
Yes.
When was the last time you bought a ticket to a concert? She's like Britney Spears.
Well,
circa.
actually bought a ticket. I saw Chris Cornell at Webster Hall, but my friend worked there, so I can't remember if I actually bought the ticket or if he just got me in. But awesome show, nonetheless.
Keep that in mind. Okay, so I think you're pretty normal.
If
you ask me.
I'm pretty normal.
Right? She's normal, guys.
I don't.
All right. Okay, before we go to a break, let's grab a couple more fan questions. Let's see. Guillermo, ooh, fancy. Guillermo from Twitter asks, if you could become a supernatural creature of the night, which would it be? Guillermo's very creative.
That one didn't have a video.
I know, I'm sorry. This was from Twitter. We'll bring up video ones after, I promise.
Of the night, well, I'm kind of already a vampire because I don't really like the sun in the daytime, but I don't know, werewolves are pretty cool. Yeah.
But they're like, aren't they like, don't they like hate each other, werewolves and vampires?
Yeah, so, I'll go werewolf. I'll go werewolf. Everyone's
pretty
all about
badass.
vampires right now.
Yeah,
I'll go werewolf.
it is. Go be different. Okay. T. Piera, that's pretty awesome, USA from Twitter asks, what is your most embarrassing moment?
Well, I don't really get embarrassed anymore. I mean, once your tampon string's on the internet at 15, you kind of don't care about anything anymore.
That is so ridiculous.
So after that happens,
Yeah.
you kind of just throw your hands up and go, well, I got nothing.
You don't even care.
That's it.
Okay, listen, we gotta take a break, but don't go anywhere, 'cause Taylor's not going anywhere. She's gonna be answering more of your questions. Maybe some of your faces will come up here. We'll be right back.
Who cares about some jolly fat guy's list? This month, Music Choice has the only list that matters, the MC 100, our epic countdown of the 100 best songs of 2013. We don't care if you've been naughty, nice, or in between this year. You can unwrap the MC 100 every Tuesday and Sunday from 6 p.m. to midnight on the Hit List channel. Music Choice. Take back your music. Music shouldn't come with limitations. It shouldn't come with can't. Or, sorry, you'll have to pay more for upgrades. That's why MC serves up all the music videos you could ever want on demand. That's right, we said all the videos you want on demand. When you want them. Oh yeah, and it's free. You deserve them, and we got them, so don't settle for less. The best part is, you already have MC on demand. All you have to do is go and take what's yours. MC, take back your music.
Welcome back to UNA with me, Claire Galterio, hanging out with the A of the day, Miss Taylor Momsen. All right, so let's talk about your sophomore album right this second.
Awesome.
Awesome. Sounds awesome. Okay, so I heard that it kind of had this like epic journey. I mean, Hurricane Sandy kind of put it to a halt.
Yeah.
So talk about how Going to Hell kind of like stopped, and then tell me about that.
Okay, well, it's a lot of stories, but
We love stories. Go for it.
Going to Hell started when I find it very difficult to write on the road, so we got off tour. We'd been touring Let Me Out for 2.5 months, 2.5 years, and so I had to kind of like, go away for a while and regroup and digest everything I'd just done to get back into the mindset of writing again. And so the record started to develop. I don't write in the studio or anything, so I come into the studio with the songs done and worked out. And so we started to record, everything was flowing, it was going great, and then Hurricane Sandy came in and wiped out the entire place. But we should have known better. We were working at a studio called Water Music, which I love, but it's in Hoboken, and it was in the flood zone. So, I mean, the
And
place...
it's called Water Music? That's so weird.
No, now we call it underwater music, but... so it would flood even in, like, small rain showers and stuff. So, but our room, we had the B room, Studio B, and it was supposed to be elevated, and they're like, that one's fine. So everyone moved, like, they moved the Neve console into there, they moved everything into our room, and got wiped out by 8 feet of water and sludge, and hazmat had to come in. We lost all of our gear, all
Do you
of
feel
our
like
guitars.
creatively that it kind of, did it help a little bit? Like, did you have to go back, did you get rid of some songs, put in more songs?
Well, it stunted it, and I think the biggest thing we lost was, well, gear obviously was really hard to rebuild the arsenal of gear
that
we
sucks.
had.
How long did that
We
take?
have been, developing for the past 5 years, so that sucked. And then finding another place to record. So really just, the biggest thing we lost was time, I think. and trying to get back into the flow of things because everyone was so bummed out.
Yeah.
But we did write "Going to Hell," the title track, after the hurricane, so we got a song.
So you got a song out of it.
Yeah.
You had just mentioned that you come into the studio with everything ready to go. So what is your writing process like?
There's no real. I get asked that all the time. There's no real process. It's more. I mean, the songs dictate the process, I guess. So every song is done differently. I mean, sometimes it always starts with an idea. So whether that be a guitar lick or a note or a lyric or a melody or whatever it is, sometimes you write them, you sit down, and it's just 5 minutes and the whole thing's done, and you're like, wow, that was great.
Let's do that again.
Woo, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, you have a line or something that you sit with for a really long time, and it slowly develops and turns into something that you want people to hear. So there's no process, but I do take my time with it, and I take it very seriously. So, no, there's no rushing it.
There's no rushing it.
No.
If it comes in 5 minutes, great. If it takes 2 years, fine.
The goal is to write a song that you're not embarrassed to sing 10 years from now, is to write songs that will last and have layers to them that people can delve into.
Is the album done yet?
It's finished, yeah. Record cover shot, everything. It's coming out in March.
So is this your record cover?
No,
that was for the single,
that
right?
was the single artwork, yeah.
What can you tell us anything about the album cover? Just because I love the story about your "Light Me Up" cover. I think that is so great.
Well, I'm not going to say too much yet because it's not out, but I will say that the "Going to Hell" cross is a new symbol for this record.
Look at that.
We'll start
exclusive
with that.
on UNA.
So you
thank you.
Start putting that everywhere. Spray paint it.
Perfect. We'll look out for it. Look out for it for
It's
sure.
really easy to draw.
So you went on kind of a Going to Hell. I don't want to call it a mini tour, but I feel like for you it was kind of small. It's September, October,
short.
November. Yeah, for you it's short. I mean,
Yeah.
you do this for like years at a time. So are you like on a break right now? What are you doing? You're still constantly in it.
Not on a break. Doing this.
You're hanging out with me.
I'm hanging out.
Perfect.
We're shooting a video for
Oh, that was my next question.
Yeah,
You're
so
looking at my questions over here.
No,
She's reading
I'm
my
not cheating.
mind.
We're doing all the pre-album press
Stuff,
and pictures and videos and all that good stuff, and then we start tour as of right now, I think it starts in February with Snowcore in the States, and then we do a tour of Europe after that, and then
You're just constantly,
in the world for the rest of the next 2 years until I write another
Do you have
record.
a release date? Do you know when it's going to come out?
I don't have a. It's
Like
not
a time frame?
It's going to be in March.
Okay.
So it's not.
Well, that's great. That's a lot
It's
more
March.
specific than
Yes.
that. Okay.
I don't. The official date has not been released yet, so I'm not allowed to talk about it. But March.
March, we'll take it. You know what? Let's kick it over to your fans right now because we have some more fan questions, and they will be looking forward to March. Okay, Amanda from Twitter asks, is the rumor that Pretty Reckless will be opening for Black Sabbath?
I hope so.
I hope so. I want to go see it.
I don't know about that, but that would be really.
So it could
really
just
cool.
be a rumor, but maybe not. We can make it happen.
Well,
Figure
if
it
you
out.
can make it happen, make some calls.
All right, I'll call some people, don't worry. Okay, we have another one from Twitter. Momsen fan asks, what is the weirdest thing a fan had ever done to you or for you?
Well, there's been some strange encounters.
She's like, let me figure out which ones I can actually say on television.
Exactly. One fan made a trilogy of a porn comic of me.
Was it like a legit comic book?
Oh, it was legit.
Did it
was
look like you?
It was printed and pressed and
Like stapled? Like
it was a comic book, and I always thought the guy was just giving me comic books. I'm like,
Right.
this is awesome. It was
Yeah.
sweet. Go start reading through it, and it was I won't get too detailed, but it was a very vile sexual porn comic book about me
Interesting.
and pretty much anyone I've ever met and encountered. So, and then the guy hid behind the dumpster outside our bus, and we had to get security to go kick him out. It was a little weird. So that's one.
do you
That was
still
a little
have
weird
it?
one. Our tour manager got so pissed off, he ripped one of them up, but I don't know where the other ones went. They
Does it have a
disappeared
title?
into
I'm
the
like
ether.
I'm picturing this. I'm sure they are at home. Like what this looked like. Was it like the Adventures of
It was-
Taylor Momsen, or was it like?
It looked very like a very graphic, like Archie comic, like that type of animation.
That's
Or
interesting.
not animation, but drawing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
cartoon characters. I
Yeah.
can't think of the word either.
But like
about it.
very, very detailed and graphic. I'll just leave it at
Okay,
that.
not the like.
So that was the
little thing you like.
weirdest thing, but there's a lot of fans that do really nice things as well. I'm sure
we
he
have some really good
thought
fans.
that was really nice. I thought it was wicked funny, but everyone else freaked
We're
out.
like, and we're moving you right now from the
Yeah.
bus. Okay, lucky for you. We got a video question that you want. Well,
right.
that you wanted to see their face for once. Okay. Marielle. Let's see what she has to say. Hello.
Hey, my name is Marielle. I'm from the Bronx. I want to ask you a question. Who's your favorite chick rocker?
Who's your favorite chick rocker?
Probably, I'll go Janis Joplin.
Mine would have been like Joan Jett. But they didn't ask me the question,
They
so
didn't ask you.
my answer doesn't really matter. I like your answer.
I'm gonna go Janis Joplin because have you heard her sing?
Yeah, once or twice I can say that. Okay, here is another one from Maura. Hello, Maura. Let's see what Maura has to say.
Hi, I'm Maura from Bayonne, and my question is, do you prefer festivals or concerts?
Festivals or concerts? Well, festivals are concerts technically. They're all fun. I don't. Anytime you get to play is awesome. So I don't really have a preference. I mean, festivals are very roll up and go.
Don't they sometimes not even tell you like when you're on? They're like, and you have 30 minutes to be on stage and go.
Yeah, Warped Tour is very much like that. I mean, there's a couple of days where I legitimately played shows in my pajamas and didn't take my sunglasses off because it was like 9 in the morning.
Well, thank God you rock your shades. I mean, because if not, they'd be like, what's wrong with her? You're like, no, this is me.
I just took my pants off and kept the shirt on and put shoes on. It worked. But no, festivals are great because you get to play with so many different bands and you get to meet so many people and forms a lot of band camaraderie because backstage everyone's just hanging out. So those are a lot of fun. Shows that are your own shows, you have a lot more control and setup time and all of that. So you're putting on your own proper show with your proper, stage setup and the whole thing. So you have a lot more time to kind of finesse things. But they're all awesome. Anytime, whether it's a small club or a giant festival or a bigger venue.
Okay, they're starting to play the music, which means I got to